Good morning, dear students. We will read today the next chapter, chapter 48, Building Rapport. So what is building rapport? Let's read the chapter and learn about it. Okay? All of you open your book. Building rapport. Rapport building is an important part of our growing up and needed in our social and professional life. So what did you understand? Rapport building is an important part of our growing up and needed in our social and professional life too. Okay? Next, rapport refers to a relationship where there is mutual trust and understanding between all those involved. They have the other's best interest in mind. So rapport refers to a relationship where there is mutual trust and understanding between all those involved. They have the other's best interest in mind. Rapport building is the process of creating rapport and building trusting relationship between two or more people. So rapport building is the process of creating rapport and building trusting relationships between two or more people. Okay? So I think you understood what is rapport building. Creating a relationship between two or more people. Okay. Next, let's read ahead. How can building a rapport with my classmates and teachers benefit me? So, what is the use of building rapport with my classmates and teachers? Okay, what is the benefit? So let's see here the benefits written in the book. See the book. First point, it will help you to interact with each other. Next, it will open you up to learn about each other. It will help you ask questions without fear. It will help you express your opinions easily and without hesitation. It will help you interact and learn more from the teachers. So did you get it? So when you have the rapport building or relationship with your classmates or the teachers, then it will be very helpful for you. Okay? Without hesitation, you can ask the question, you can talk to them. Understood? So, rapport building is very, very important in our lives. Now next, qualities that help in rapport building. Okay, you can see here, qualities that help in rapport building. Good behavior, positive attitude, shared and common interest, sense of humor, sharing belongings, trusting each other. So rapport building develops in you the good behavior, positive attitude, shared or common interest, sense of humor, sharing belongings or trusting each other. Okay? Turn the page. Rapport building, fun activities, friendship, familiarity, trust and respect. These are some of the things needed for two people to bond with one another and strike a rapport. So friendship, familiarity, trust and respect are the things needed for two people to bond with one another and strike a rapport. Okay. Here are some fun activities that will help build rapport with classmates. Common interests. First point, if it's a large group, you can break it up into teams of 5 each. Next point, if it's a small group, you can plan the same exercise in pairs. Next, give the team members around 15 minutes to talk to one another. Next, now they should come up with a presentation on how the individuals in the group are similar. Next, similarities can be anything, right from their favorite color, flavor of ice cream they like, or crafts and science being their favorite subject, to their favorite singer, to a film they watched more than thrice. So these are the common interests they must develop. Everyone must develop. Okay. So people should be given chance, isn't it? There should be topic given to the people in group. If there are so many people, then they should be divided into 5 or 2 each, so that when they get the topic, they should bring up with their new thinking. Okay, they must speak up. Do you understand it? That is what the rapport building, the interest people take. People must take. If they don't take, then it is useless. Sitting in group also, if you are not opening your mouth, it is useless. Understood? Everybody must share the views. Whatever topics are given to them, they must share. That is how they can come up in their life. Okay. Now next. Here just now we have seen the similarities. Maybe that people may be having the similarities in their colors. Okay. They may be liking the same colors or having the same ideas, all that. Understood? Now let's read ahead. That is making help buddies. First point, you can pair up into help buddies. Ask your teacher to make 2 lists, one with names of children who are good at socializing and confident, and others who are shy. So you must take interest and ask your teacher to divide the group in your class itself. And those who are socializing, means those who are able to speak freely, that persons may be separated. Okay, and the side persons also should be separated and they should be given the groups. Now next, the teacher can write the names of the children in paper checks, fold them and keep them in 2 separate glass containers. So first write their names and keep it in glass containers. Okay, separately. The students who are able to speak, Those who don't feel shy, they are named separately. Then the shy students, okay, their name also should be written separately and should be kept separately. Now next, the teacher can then ask all the children to sit in a circle and give each of them colored beds and a string. Next, she would instruct them to make friendship bracelet. So here, first thing, they should start with making friendship bracelets. Okay, next, after they are done, the teacher can call each student one by one and ask them to pick up a chit and read the name on it aloud. Next, following this, each student will have to tie the bracelet on the wrist of the classmate whose name is there on the chit. The paired students are now help buddies who would be there for one another whenever any of them needs help. So did you understand the trick here? So first thing, they should make the bracelet, and whoever is getting the names of the other person, that person should tie the bracelet to that person and they will become the help buddies. Means they both will be together helping each other anytime. Okay, that is called help buddies. Next, likewise, have all the children call out their buddies and tie bracelets around their wrists. Every week, the teacher must keep aside 10 minutes for the students who want to share with the class how their buddy helped them. So this is very interesting, isn't it? So in the class itself, teacher must divide the group. Those who are very shy and those who are very fluent in speaking, and there should be name list, everybody's name list, and there should be given some activities such as just now we have read that students or children must be given to make the bracelets, isn't it? So whoever is making the bracelets of other person's name, then that person has to tie the bracelet to the person, okay, whose name is written there, that person should get the bracelet. So like that, they will come closer to each other. They will have the friendship between each other. Understood? So like this, you must also do. You may have some activities in the class itself or outside also, at home also. You can make your friends, your relationship between each other with others. You can make, okay? This is very good ideas or very good habit, we could say. Understood? So children, we have read the chapter. Try to read the chapter again and learn well. And do some activities also. Okay? See you in next class. Thank you.